Hi, I'm Jamie Redknapp and you're watching Football Stats Online.
1, 2, 3.
Hi guys, and welcome back to another episode of Football Stats Online. Today we are talking about two former club giants. Well, I say former, but to you they may still be giants in the form of Man United and Chelsea. We are looking at Wan-Bissaka versus Cesar Azpilicueta. Which one of these players is the better right back? We're going to take stats in terms of defensive, technical and crucial, and basically based off all those different categories, name you a winner. So without further ado, let's get this show on the road. So first up is defensive contribution. And to judge success in defensive contribution, we have looked at the following parameters. We've looked at headed clearances, interceptions, aerial battles won, and blocks. Now Mark, looking at these stats, is there anything that jumps out to you that you think, whoa, or surprises you in the terms of the stats?
The only thing there's a couple things that come jump out to me. First is that Wan-Bissaka has made an enormous amount of interceptions. That may not be a complete surprise as he does play for Crystal Palace and he has to defend a lot more than Azpilicueta would do. However, what does really surprise me is Azpilicueta is much stronger than Wan-Bissaka in the aerial battles. I'm really surprised at that. You look at someone like Bisaka and he looks very athletic and you feel like he'll be dominant in the air. You also feel that Palace would have to defend quite a lot, so maybe he would have had more aerial duels to win. But it looks like Azpilicueta has really dominated in this area.
For me, like you said as well, just to add on to that, Wan-Bisaka, I know he's 2 inches taller, but he is 6 foot or 6'1" compared to Cesar's 5'10". So I am also surprised that he's weaker in the aerial battles, but his interceptions have been amazing and, like you said, quite monstrous in terms of those figures. Now when we move to the averages, nothing really changes, to be honest. You know, Wan-Bissaka makes more headed clearances per game, interceptions per game, and more aerial battles go to Cesar. But one thing that does change actually, the blocks initially were 16 each, but because Wan-Bissaka has played 35 games last season and Cesar played 38, Wan-Bissaka has a better block per game ratio at 0.46 to Cesar's 0.42. No surprise there, Mark, but in terms of the overall winner, I'm actually going to give it to Wan-Bissaka. Is there any disagreements here, or would you agree it's Wan-Bissaka wins round one?
I'll agree with you, but I think I'm quite surprised that Azpilicueta hasn't won the defensive round.
Why is that?
He's somebody we all think has been very consistent defensively, you know. No, but you know, Wan-Bissaka has been very consistent over the last 12 to 18 months, so, you know, fair play to him. He deserves this round.
Cool. So winner for round one is Wan-Bissaka. So the next category, guys, for determining who's going to win the overall battle is technical ability. Now the way we judge technical abilities across the following 4 parameters. We've looked at successful passes, tackles won, accurate long balls, and key passes. Now to me, Mark, just looking at these stats, I can already see that Azpilicueta has made way more successful passes. Way more. 2,160 to Wan-Bissaka's 851.
But have you seen Crystal Palace play football?
Have you seen Crystal Palace play football? Crystal Palace are excellent, mate. But I guess it shouldn't be surprising for considering Chelsea being the stronger team, always keeping possession and passing the ball.
And also, have you seen Crystal Palace play football?
And also, have you seen Crystal Palace play football?
You know.
Yeah, I think if I'm correct, didn't Crystal Palace beat you last season?
Beat who?
Arsenal.
I
mean, moving on. So, in terms of tackles won, we can also see that Wan-Bissaka has made way more tackles, 90 to Azpilicueta's 60. Again, not surprising here, Wan-Bissaka has been an absolute revelation for Crystal Palace when he came into the team. He's been an amazing player, had the most tackles last season.
Not to mention, Crystal Palace have to defend for their lives in every single game, so he's very much suited to that.
Well, I'm sure you could have used him in your defence for Arsenal. But again, this is not about Arsenal. This is about Manchester United and Chelsea. And then finally, when we're looking at those key passes, we can actually see Cesar actually battling back with 27 against Wan-Bissaka's 14. So again, for me, what this says to me, Mark, is that while Wan-Bissaka is great defensively, Azpilicueta is great in terms of attacking and team contribution. What do you think?
No, I think what this says to me is what we all can see, which is that Wan-Bissaka is very raw, very physical. But when it comes to the, I guess you could say, more cultured aspects of the game, he still has some development to do.
Of course, he's only young. Played he played one full season and a bit. So yeah, he still has more to develop, but the future is promising for Wan-Bissaka.
Yeah, especially since he left Crystal Palace.
You say one more thing about Crystal Palace. So guys, as you know, we always look into the averages, and when we look at the averages, the story pretty much seems the same. Cesar makes more passes per game. Wan-Bissaka makes more tackles per game. Cesar has more accurate long balls and more key passes per game. So numbers don't lie here, Mark. I think.
Why do you keep calling him Cesar? Are you and him mates?
Yes, Cesar is my friend.
I mean, at least call him Dave. I mean, that's what the Chelsea fans call him. I mean, Cesar.
So Cesar, yeah. What do you think in terms of the numbers? They don't lie. Would you say that Cesar? Yes, Cesar wins round 2. I would say Cesar wins round 2.
Yeah, I think we can give that to Cesar Azpilicueta, not Dave or Cesar. Because yeah, he's the more cultured player. He has the more experience. You know, Wan-Bissaka is still quite raw, and he'll develop. But for the moment, we have to give the technical aspects of the game to Cesar Azpilicueta.
You want to say that again?
Azpilicueta.
Say it 3 times fast.
Shut up. So round 3, we have the crucial stats. The reason why they call the crucial stats is because no matter how good of a player you are, these stats will make or break you. If you're a crap defender but you can score a few goals and make a few goals, you're gonna have a job. If you're a great attacker but you keep missing big chances, you ain't gonna have a job. So these are the crucial stats. So the stats we've chosen for crucial stats for defenders are as follows: errors leading to goal, fouls, assists, and goals. So as you can see here, if you're a defender who keeps making errors, you ain't gonna have a job. If you're a defender who keeps committing fouls, you're gonna mess up your whole team's play, and you're gonna get suspended a lot. So that's why these are some of the crucial stats. So let's start with errors leading to goal. So we can see that in this aspect, they're both immaculate, making 0 errors leading to a goal. When it comes to fouls, we can see that Azpilicueta is leading the way here. Wan-Bissaka is someone we kind of always think of as a very great tackler, so maybe that's why we can see he makes less fouls. When it comes to assists, we know that Crystal Palace don't score goals, so we can see that Azpilicueta wins here. And when it comes to goals, again, we know Crystal Palace don't score goals, so no surprises here. Azpilicueta wins this. And when it comes to the averages, actually nothing changes really. They've played a similar amount of games, so the results pretty much stay the same. And as we can see, Azpilicueta takes the final round, and that means Azpilicueta is the better right back. Are you surprised by this? I'm not, because let's be honest, Wan-Bissaka used to play for Crystal Palace, so he's always gonna be spilling up.
You know what, guys? Next time we're gonna do Bellerin. No, actually, we're gonna do. You know what? Next time we're gonna do Mustafi versus someone. We'll see. We'll see what happens.
You know what?
We'll see what happens.
Let's do Mustafi. Have you seen Mustafi's stats?
Hey,
he's better than Van Dijk.
Okay.
He's better than Van Dijk. He's statistically the best defender in the league.
Whoa!
But you know what, guys? In the comment section, right down below, if you want to see Mustafi versus Van Dijk.
Yeah, I would love to see that. Van Dijk,
Mustafi is the best.
Shites on Mustafi. Don't want to swear there, but he does.
Yes. Right, so back to the verses then. So who won out? We can see it must be Azpilicueta.
Yeah, I can't hate Azpilicueta. The numbers don't lie. Azpilicueta does win this overall battle. Wan-Bissaka, like you said, he's raw. He's very new to the league. He's got so much more years ahead of him to learn the game, to become more cultured. I believe he's going to be a lot more dynamic and probably bump up those numbers in terms of assists and successful passes playing for a team like Manchester United. Yeah. Crystal Palace, as you know, of course, as I love Palace, we are always getting bombarded, and unfortunately we are a counter-attacking team, so I have less of the ball. But yeah, I believe those numbers will be much more improved this year, so it'll be good to see. We'll definitely do another video looking at how much he's improved in terms of statistically.
Yeah, and let's be honest, Ollie is at the wheel, so hopefully Ollie can push him into 5th gear and take off his career.
Anywho, guys, what do you think? Do you think Azpilicueta was better than Wan-Bisaka based on our analysis, based on the stats that we've chosen? If there's any stats that you'd like to see, please do let us know and we'll try and include it for future videos. If you haven't already, please do subscribe, smash that like button. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate making it all the way to the end, having to deal with this guy. Appreciate it. If you're a Palace fan, I can slap him for you after the video. But thanks guys so much for watching. Appreciate it, and peace to you.
And I wish all of you Palace fans at least 10 goals this season. Good luck, guys.
What? That wasn't even funny. What was that about?
Okay, Ollie at the wheel, 5th gear.
Wow.